Hello and welcome to this episode of Microchips. In this episode we are having a look at this major M588 AM, FM and sideband CB radio. Going to be taking a look inside, having a look what modifications are in there, having a look what we can actually do to this radio to make it better, and then we'll fit my PIC modification to it. Let's see how that goes. So first off, inside the radio, everything looks kind of okay in here. Standard green VCO block, everything else looks nice and tidy. On the bottom there's a little bit of work been done here and there, but nothing too bad. We have a modification here, not sure what that is, I'm sure somebody will tell us in the comments. But first off, let's change the VCO and drop a Spectrum VCO in here. So I have to remove this capacitor. And of course desolder the old green VCO block, which my desoldering gun makes short work of. And out comes the old green VCO. A little tidy up of the pads, clean up with alcohol. And the nice Spectrum VCO fitted in its place. Solder this into place and then replace all the components we've removed to get this into place. There we have it. So now with our test meter on the test point, we'll make sure we get the correct voltages for the VCO, which after a little bit of adjustment seems okay. Now let's check receive, make sure we're receiving okay. So I'm monitoring the S meter, and the S meter does correlate with the signal that we're injecting. So all in all, received signal's good. So channel 1 on the mid band, seems to be receiving good. Try channel 40. I'm getting a nice S9 as well, which is correct for the input signal we're giving it. And this should be channel 1 of the super high band. Getting a nice S9, so it's all good. So next thing, let's fit my modification. So first thing, remove the PLL. And there we have it. 11th month, 11th week of 81, not sure, but definitely 1981. So I'll fit the PLL to my modification board. Then to make sure it's going to fit, what we need to do is just using the other side of the radio, we just offer it to the board, give it a little wiggle round, make sure the holes are free and no obstructions, makes it easier to fit from the other side. Now on this radio we do actually have to move this test point over ever so slightly because it just gets in the way. And a couple of components we do actually have to lie down or just gently just move out of the way. But it's no big deal. And there we have the modification fitted, and of course making sure it's not touching the back of the channel change. So let's do some tests. Okay, that seems to be good up to now. So mid, high, super high are all working. And there's the UKFM with the clarifier over. This has actually got an unlocked clarifier on it, so it actually works as a KC shift as well, and it pulls us down near enough to the UKFM, so no further modification needed there. With a little bit of adjustment on the VCO. There's our UKFM, pretty much bang on. That's channel 1 low band. Now we did actually have to adjust the VCO again just to get it so it covered the full range of frequencies, but that was easily done. So all in all, happy with that. Modifications working nicely. We've now added UKFM to this, and we've also added low band to it. So upon taking the front of the radio and inspecting the switches, somebody had already removed the wires to the one of the switches, so that saved me a job. But we just had to link out one of the other circuits. I think it was the A&L. So let's have a look at doing something with the case. And I had to get pretty drastic with this, using this angle grinder with a paint stripper attachment, which does a good job and gets rid of all the paint, and then used a small sander to remove any excess and get it level again. This was a little electric sander, worked nicely. I drilled out the studs that were on the top, countersunk them, and there you can see a little bit of car body filler in the holes, so I'll let that dry out, and then we'll sand that nice and flat. And here's in my temporary little spray booth. It's the bottom part of the cabinet, ready to be sprayed. And there's a top cabinet with a first coat on it. There's a bottom one with a final coat on it. It looks shiny now, but it dries matte, as you can see. This is Hammerite satin spray. Takes a while to harden, but the results are very nice. So as you can see, I've added some white letter print on the front to show UKFM and to show low band. So the high and low switch works as it should do. So the low is actually mid band and the high is high band. So from the mid band position, if we flick it up to L, it goes to low band. And then if we flick the UK up, we turn the clarifier across, there's our UK40. Fortunately, we don't have a rotary switch to play with on this radio, but that's not a problem. But all in all, very happy with how it's turned out. So as you can see, 27781, close enough for 19. Just listening on one of my other radios there. Everything sounds good. Modification complete. So all in all, very happy with how this has turned out. This radio has been worked on beforehand by an experienced rig doctor, which I'm very happy about. All it needed was a little bit of TLC here and there, and there we have it. with its frequency extension. So it's the radio finally put back together again with its nicely painted case. All looks very good, very happy with it. We've kept another vintage radio looking pretty good. Well, that's it for this radio. Modification complete. Very happy with it. Radio is absolutely bang on frequency. Sounds good on all modes and all bands. Very happy about. So I will be listing some of these modifications on eBay soon. If anybody's interested, feel free to buy one and use this as a installation guide. But then again, it shouldn't be too hard to fit anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.